piece here by, who wrote this? Roderick Day, I believe. I'll link it down below on Red Cells. Definitely recommend redcells.org as well. Just as you can see, it's titled on crypto, and yeah, not a big fan of crypto. I think it's a big waste of time. I think it's a scam, frankly, hugely disastrous for the environment as well. And here's one of the creators of DogeCoin. Well, we'll get into it. In 2013, in the wake of the boom of the canonical Bitcoin, using some of the same technological principles but tapping into contemporary internet meme culture, DogeCoin was born. Despite its origins as a joke, on May 5th, 2021, it reached a market capitalization of $85 billion US, thanks in part to the boosting of people like billionaire capitalist Elon Musk. And the creator of DogeCoin, Jackson Palmer, took to Twitter to say the following: "After years of studying it, I believe that cryptocurrency is an inherently right-wing, hyper-capitalistic technology built primarily to amplify the wealth of its proponents through a combination of tax avoidance, diminished regulatory oversight, and artificially enforced scarcity. Despite claims of decentralization, the cryptocurrency industry is controlled by a powerful cartel of wealthy figures who, with time, have evolved to incorporate many of the same institutions tied to the existing centralized financial system they supposedly set out to replace." It's a bit curious, right? Cryptocurrency industry leverages a network of shady business connections, bot influencers, and pay-for-play media outlets to perpetuate a cult-like get-rich-quick funnel designed to extract new money from the financially desperate and naive. Financial exploitation undoubtedly existed before cryptocurrency, but cryptocurrency is almost purpose-built to make the funnel of profiteering more efficient for those at the top and less safeguarded for the vulnerable. Cryptocurrency is like taking the worst parts of today's capitalist system, I mean everything, it's corruption, fraud, inequality, and using software to technically limit use of interventions, e.g. audits, regulation, taxation, which serve as protections or safety nets for the average person. Damn. This back to Roderick Day. Capitalists tend to develop a vicious, let's move that down a little bit, a vicious hatred of workers precisely because they are ultimately dependent on them, much in the way a vampire might hate humans because they resent having to feed on lesser beasts to survive. Consequently, capitalists are constantly trying to find new ways to mask or break this dependency. Phenomenon of masking it is well understood. Reconceptualizing exploitation as job creation, can the dependence be broken, though? Capitalists commodify and automate tasks with the primary goal of making workers less specialized, thus more interchangeable, thus less powerful as bargaining individuals, thus cheaper. The social contribution of capitalists consists in employing their intellect and rapacity and callousness in service of identifying real material barriers to capital accumulation, directing resources towards wearing said barriers down, and erecting artificial moats and legal fictions to protect the resulting profit-making enterprises. In the resulting society, masses of workers from gig economy, so the folks driving the Ubers and Lyfts out there, while Uber and Lyft people in their corporate structure getting very wealthy off of exploiting the workers in the gig economy. Couriers to young scientists to content creators on social media are directly confronted with the reality that entrepreneurs and publishing house cartels take a preposterous cut of transactions. Even coordinating contributions from entrepreneurs and capitalists have been commodified and subcontracted to professional assistants, supply chain managers, and logisticians. In order to protect this unjust state of affairs, laws are directly written to bind workers and protect rent seekers. This is an unstable system. Workers inexorably grow every day closer to being able to supply their entire societies without any directing contribution whatsoever, and they also grow every day more aware of the fact, and this means supply, not only the basic essentials like food and shelter, but also cutting-edge medical research and blockbuster tier entertainment productions. In this context, I see the rise of cryptocurrencies as fueled by a semi-conscious and futile attempt on the part of capitalists to escape this dilemma. I say semi-conscious because crypto-capitalists do actually have practical goals such as tax evasion, and futile because workers are still very much involved via chip manufacturing and power plant operations. Again, it needs to be noted how energy intensive this cryptocurrency is to create and maintain. However, the crypto marketing pitch usually takes the form of the promise of capital unsullied by human intervention, free from human interference, both in its generation and in its regulation. I suspect this is part of why it resonates so much with a certain people. Capitalists who despise workers and self-hating workers that desperately want to become capitalists. More philosophically, it's a dream of capital and change, of wealth based purely on math, elegant and abstract, cutting pesky humanity off of the question. The result is catastrophic. Multiple glorified variants of a furnace which directly consumes natural resources to generate heat and imaginary good boy points. No production of any use to anybody. Capitalism in one of its most suicidal modes. I want to acknowledge some of the arguments in favor of crypto that have been put forth by the pro-social advocates. The relationship between energetic waste and the use and development of renewable sources is interesting. Energy transmission normally places constraints on infrastructure, but mining encourages development in remote parts of the world for its sake, remote regions for its sake. There's also a struggle within the crypto community to move away from the energy-intensive proof of work to even more abstract proof of stake consensus mechanism. Not sure what that means, do you? This constitutes an interesting field of research, but might actually worsen endemic rich get richer issue. Additionally, technologies such as China's digital yuan, and Venezuela's petro aim to allow commercial entities to circumvent the SWIFT system, which undermines the ability of the U.S. empire to levy crush its sanctions. So, I mean, in that sense, it would be helpful. Until the day these ambitions are realized, that's all I'll say about crypto, because the get-rich-quick crypto that currently exists does not deserve to have more written about it at this time. Let's see what the... Can I click on that? Oh. China's central digital currency has undermined the dollar's dominance of the global financial system, CBDC. It's only a game for now. Well, let's create a real thing so we can, have these countries that are being, sanctioned and starved to death be able to get around that. Interesting. What are your thoughts on crypto? I definitely fall on the line of, Roderick Day, the author of this little piece at Red Cells, that just seems like a get-rich-quick scheme, a lot of problems, doesn't really seem to really solve anything at this point. And even, the creator of DogeCoin, inherently right-wing, hyper-capitalistic technology built primarily to amplify the wealth of its proponents through a combination of tax avoidance, diminished regulatory oversight, and artificially enforced scarcity. That seems fairly accurate, and I don't know. What are your thoughts? Leave them down below. Like the video if you like the damn video. Subscribe for more content. Share this shit if you like it, or if you don't. That's cool too.